Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 2 in the series between Yumiko and ZhouXiXi. Hopefully ZhouXiXi will be able to put up a little bit more of a showing than he did in game 1, getting completely caught off guard with a very fast, very aggressive tower push well before that lumber mill was done. You always got to be careful, as Night Elf players have really been over-relying on Ancients of War to try and creep out, especially on a map like Twisted Meadows, where your base is rather far from the creep camp you normally want to creep. Now, let's take a look here, as ZhouXiXi is going to be spawning in the top right-hand side of the map as the blue Night Elf. Meanwhile, on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have the red human player, Yumiko, who is going for that standard wall in position. Now, Amazonia, a map where both players can decide to creep and get levels that way, or both players can try to be aggressive. There's plenty of room going up and down the middle, and because of that, the walking distances on the map is rather short. Now, interestingly enough, we are seeing a farm now being placed down. What the heck? Was that a random detonation there? Wow, ZhouXiXi just randomly detonated a wisp for no apparent reason, and I'm sure he would like to reset things, as having an auto self-destruct feature on your workers could be very dangerous. So ZhouXiXi currently down a worker, and I cannot believe that to be on purpose. That has to be a tremendous accident, as Yumiko now setting up his own scout tower. Now, what are we going to be seeing next? The archer getting in some easy shots onto that peasant. The peasant now simply walking away, as that scout farm will most likely stay there for quite some time. Unless an Ancient of Wonders is built right next to it, there is nothing that can really take that down. Archer now coming in will be using that lightning shield to get in a lot of damage across all of those units. Meanwhile, the Archmage is going to be using some militia creeping to take down this renegade wizard here, and only creeping pretty much with a whole bunch of militia. You can see that that initial footman, I believe there's an initial footman over here somewhere. No, was there? I can't tell anymore. All right, Tome of Intelligence has been left behind. There is no footman unless it was taken down by another unit. There's that footman there instead, as you should normally have two footmen by this point in the game. There's the other one, and there's the third one now. So far, both sides still creeping out. It looks as the Archmage will be able to get to level 3 with no real harm or foul, as we are looking at the peasant and the wisp, both of them making a mad rat dash for the mercenary camp. And it looks like, yes, the troll shadow priest will get picked up by ZhouXiXi, so a little bit of a lucky break there. Meanwhile, the demon hunter comes in. I believe he got off a mana burn and now is running away, as the Archmage is sitting at level 2 with Brilliance Aura. Alright, that wisp will be hiding in the back here for quite some time. So far, we can still see that scout farm doing exactly what it's supposed to. Scout, as another mana burn comes in. Archmage running low on mana will not be able to drop another water elemental for a little bit of time here, as we are looking at ZhouXiXi making his way over. Looks as though a water elemental, does take an abolish magic, and this could give level 2 to the demon hunter. It is expensive to use abolish magic coming in from the forest troll shadow priest, but well worth it to get that extra bit of experience, get to level 2, and now perhaps creep out more creep camps without taking that much damage. Footman, Archmage now wandering around the backside. Archers and Troll Shadow Priest still wandering around inside here, as well as the militia now being brought forth. This is an absolute perfect timing. However, he is going to get pincered here, as we can see that the Footman and the Archmage now coming in from the top. All right, Demon Hunter in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to be able to get away? There's a Water Elemental. Archmage is low on mana after dropping another Water Elemental, as we may see an expansion being placed down. However, the Mud Golems and the Rock Golems could do a lot of damage here. Are we going to perhaps see some detonations? All right, there's a detonation there. There's another detonation, and the Water Elemental will get taken down. All right, damage already being dealt across. You can see a lot of units getting destroyed here. And this is just absolutely perfect, as you can see that the Rock Golem will... who's going to get it? Who gets the item? A boulder to the head right there. And wow, ZhouXiXi is just getting extremely unlucky in this fight. All right, another archer may get taken down here. Or, yes, another footman gets taken down, as the Demon Hunters heads back home at level 3. Level 3 Demon Hunter low on mana. Troll Shadow Priest should perhaps be auto-healing this, as we are going to be looking at a Tome of Intelligence. No, Demon Hunters don't like to read, apparently, as they are really just anti-magic. And like, you know what? I don't need more mana. I don't need to be smarter. I got these really, really big glaives on my hand that can slice and dice through anything. Coming back around, Tree of Ages is now finished upgrading. Goblin Shredder getting caught out of position. Wow, a huge, huge, huge misplay. Are we going to see perhaps the Goblin Shredder get taken out? Oh, there it goes, is the Demon Hunter. Archmage Naga Sea Witch comes in. Troll Shadow Priest gets the kill there. And this could be a very, very bad engagement for Yumiko. Yumiko should not be engaging when it's 2-on-1 heroes, especially with a Naga Sea Witch. The Troll Shadow Priest is going to just absolutely heal this all up. The archers can come back over, as we now see Militia being brought over. Mana Burn could come across again. Archmage is going to be backing away. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability on that Archmage, as you remember, as we are still running across the map here. Okay, Arcane Tower could get taken down rather quickly, as the one Naga Sea Witch already trying to run back. Militia now being brought over, and there goes an archer, so a little bit overzealous, as we now see Footmen and Militia making their way over. All right, the Naga Sea Witch down to 27 hit points. This could be very bad here. There's a heal, as an archer does get taken down as well. ZhouXiXi does have a hero advantage, but he needs to really push with this Naga while his opponent is trying to set up the expansion. Once his opponent sets up the expansion and starts getting income and is able to hire more mercenaries, the game will be completely different. Goblin Shredder getting lost was a huge, huge loss earlier on, as we're still looking at perhaps the archers, the Troll Shadow Priest looking to finish off this Arcane Tower here. All right, is it going to be enough? It looks like the Arcane Tower could get focused down rather quickly. It looks like it is going to be taking a bit of damage, but there's plenty of peasants there. All right, there's the cancellation on the upgrade, as there's another Mana Burn coming in. Demon Hunter still looking to run around. No Immolation Aura for that Demon Hunter. If it did, it could perhaps stand toe-to-toe, at least with all of those Militia, and take them down, dealing, I believe it's 15 damage a second. If the Naga Sea Witch actually had a Lightning Shield on top of that, that would be absolutely devastating to watch, as a Demon Hunter can take down so many units. All right, Druid of the Talon, the unit of choice here, and I am surprised. Druids of the Talon are not normally used against human players, and now with Druids of the Talon, I am curious as to what exactly is going to be happening. All right, there is the push here. Oh, Druid of the Talon essentially is a ranged magic unit at this point, dealing a lot of damage to these footmen who really cannot catch up. If the Druids of the Talons just start and focusing down at these Militia, this may work out well for ZhouXiXi. Meanwhile, we do see a Goblin Shredder in the mix. The Goblin Shredder just needs to be the tank in this fight, and this fight could just go completely awry. So far, Footman now coming in. You can see also Fairy Fire coming in as well. Archer may get taken down, as there is a long-distance fireball from that Archmage. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter looking to come in here, losing a lot of mana, but will be able to finish off all these peasants before the expansion does get up and running. All right, there you go. There is one poor Militia. That Militia has 0 damage reduction, would take all of that bonus damage there, while they do have heavy armor. Meanwhile, the Footman taking an additional 12 damage. That is an extra, probably an extra 2 to 3 points of damage per attack from these Druids of the Talon. Meanwhile, we are looking at all these units now coming back around from the side. Demon Hunter sitting at level 3 buys a potion of healing in order to prolong his stay. Meanwhile, Goblin Shredder running straight in. I can't believe that he's actually there as another Goblin Shredder now being added. The Goblin Shredder has to be very careful. It is a level 4 mechanical unit. It can be repaired by Wisp if Wisp are on the field. Naga Sea Witch, Druids of the Talon still sitting at tier 1. I do not see a tech to tier 2 yet. Or adept training yet. Obviously, the Druids of the Talon is at tier 2. And what are we going to be seeing here? All right, there you go. Extra damage on the Druids of the Talon, since they are unarmored units. And now more of them are getting taken down. All right, what are we going to see here? Arcane Tower really destroying that one poor Druid of the Talon, taking a lot more damage than he should. As you see, the attacks coming in from the Druids of the Talon, taking down and putting pressure on this Archmage. Archmage with -4 armor essentially loses 20% of his effective hit points, and that is going to be bad news. So far, we're looking at the Goblin Shredder, Footman taking a lot of damage as well. All these units are just simply chasing, and the Goblin Shredder is just running for his life. There's a Scroll of Town portal. Try to head back over. And what are we going to be seeing here? We are going to be seeing that now as the Goblin Shredder getting caught out of position again. All right, Goblin Shredder. Oh, Staff of Preservation at the last possible moment. Beautiful play by ZhouXiXi as the Demon Hunter now trying to fight back here. Meanwhile, Goblin Shredder, where is it? Back at home at 2 hit points. Survives ever so barely. Demon Hunter, not so lucky though, as we are still looking at a beautiful engagement. Naga Sea Witch, however, should be able to focus down many of these units. We should just see a one footman, another footman getting taken down. The Naga Sea Witch getting heavily pressured here. Troll Shadow Priest healing. Druid of the Talon finally taken down as the Archmage gets up to level 4. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 2. All the units are running for their lives. The Druids of the Talon could turn around and then get off an easy shot onto those footmen here. Why aren't we seeing that? That is just going to be a one quick shot there as the Naga Sea Witch is still extremely strong at this point. All right, there you have it. That one poor Druid of the Talon may get taken down. Oh, very low on hit points there as we're still seeing both sides fight. Another footman down to 226. Are we going to see that Druid of the Talon head back home? More footmen looking to come in. Could easily get 2 kills, but Yumiko really just throwing away units. He cannot afford to do this. 44 supply compared to 34, and ZhouXiXi is having a tremendous lead now on this fight. Naga Sea Witch now being forced to back off. Are we perhaps going to see some cold arrow attacks hitting those units? Yes, there you have it. Druids of the Talon now reinforcing. There's a Fork Lightning as the Archmage wants to finish off 3 quick Druids of the Talon if possible. Footmen do have Defend, but it does not protect them against all of that Druid of the Talon here, as we may be seeing a new strategy coming around. All right, Footman already slowed, getting slowed more by Defend, gets taken out again, as we are now looking at the Goblin Shredder who has been repaired. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter, nearly 3/4 of the way of being done resurrecting. Druid of the Talon still taking a bit of damage. The problem is that magic damage does not do very much against fortified armor. Oh, one Druid of the Talon taken down there. Another Water Elemental getting taken down. Level 4 on the Naga Sea Witch. So level 4 on the Naga Sea Witch. Are we actually going to see Typhoon? Or is it Monsoon? Or what is the difference? As we're now looking at the Naga Sea Witch just putting down a ton of pressure and may be able to take down this Arcane Vault. All right, Arcane Vault does get taken down. You can see more towers are being built in the back. And this strategy, an oldie but a goodie against Orc, now showing how strong it is against Human. All right, are the Druids of the Talon going to be able to back off in time? It doesn't look like it. Just taking way too much damage, overstaying his welcome, and there it goes. Meanwhile, a whole bunch of peasants have showed up. Peasant is now here as well as the Goblin Zeppelin comes in. Are we going to see a mana burn? Yes, we will. Demon Hunter now trying to engage. Goblin Shredder now coming in as well. Both sides dealing a lot of damage to each other as the archers are now being pulled back here. Demon Hunter now sitting at 4, so we have a 4/4 versus a level 4. Goblin Shredder may be sent back home. There we have it. As another tower destroyed. All right, are we going to see another guard tower taken down? And this is a rather large surprise how effective these Druids of the Talon are against these guard towers. It's just a sheer number of units. You can take a look at the Demon Hunter trying to press his way in. Archer going to get taken down by the attack of a guard tower. And now another Archer falls here. All right, new Goblin Shredder being brought over. Guard tower will get taken down. There it goes. Demon Hunter sitting at level 4. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 4. Both sides trying to fight it out. Is the Naga Sea Witch going to perhaps be teleported away? I do believe so. Wait for it. There's the mana burn onto that Archmage. As the Naga Sea Witch is in a bit of trouble. Wait for the Staff of Preservation. There you go. And now the Demon Hunter is in trouble. Alright, let's see what's going to be happening here. Goblin Zeppelin picking up units and dropping them back off. There goes a militia. We may see another militia getting taken down here. This is not good news at all as the Demon Hunter falls for the 2nd time in the same game. 2 Goblin Shredders nearby. Altar of Elders. It looks like the Naga Sea Witch has been healed back up to full. Unfortunately, that Demon Hunter not so lucky as the Archmage now gets to level 5. And right now, level 5 versus level 4, we do see an advantage for Yumiko, but Yumiko's army is rather small, 28 compared to 31. Naga Sea Witch still battling it out. Are we going to see the Potion of Healing now come in? And now Water Elementals could get focused down rather quickly. Is the Zeppelin going to be able to make it away? Yes, it looks like it will, as more damage is still being dealt. There goes the Goblin Zeppelin, a new Goblin Shredder being brought over, and here we go. Guard towers galore now being constructed, but there's just simply going to be too much piercing damage. The Demon Hunter has been resurrected back into full, and all of these guard towers have been canceled, with Scout Tower after Scout Tower now being left. Let's see, a new Water Elemental now being brought into play. Is it going to matter as the Archmage now runs for his life? Demon Hunter may be able to get off a mana burn. No, not enough mana. As we're looking at the Water Elemental getting taken out here. Level 4, almost level 5. Goblin Shredder is in the behind mineral enemy lines as Yumiko really bringing the pain to ZhouXiXi. Yumiko really taking the pain. ZhouXiXi doing a great job just keeping up pressure. He has lost his Demon Hunter twice, but he's making sure that his opponent's earlier gambit of trying to expand is not paying off, and all he has to show for it is a level 5 Archmage and a level 1 Mountain King versus 2 level 4 heroes. Alright, Goblin Shredder teleported back home again. Perhaps we are low on lumber. No, we are not. Not quite sure why teleported back home. We are going to see this Scout Tower now taken down. There it goes. As the Druids of the Talon are still at Mass Tier 1. Alright, so Mass Tier 1 the choice. Goblin Zeppelin in the air with Archmage and Goblin Shredders. Are we going to perhaps see another Goblin Shredder added to this army? Army supply now seen at 41 compared to 27. Yumiko just not nearly as strong as he was in the previous game, as we now see the Archers and the Druids of the Talon really laying down the beatdown. Alright, where is that Archmage combination? I am looking for them. They are over here in the Zeppelin. Gonna head back home, unload the cargo, and then try to hold this position here. We may even see the Altar of Kings getting taken down, as we are now at 29 over 30 supply. Another farm will get destroyed here, and with that farm, that will supply block his opponent. Production tab. No production tab, as this is in StarCraft 2. I don't see any farms being built, though, and this is going to be Yumiko stuck at, what, 29 over 24, upside down in terms of supply. Still have a scout farm over here to try and clean up. Demon Hunter and WC522 looking to creep out more creep camps. Demon Hunter doing a great job so far, tanking all of that damage. Picks up a Sentry Ward, and now going to perhaps finish off some more units here. A Tome of Intelligence +2 has to be picked up so his opponent doesn't get it. We can see level 4 and almost level 5. Both sides coming in, and we are now looking at some Priest as well. In comes the Water Elementals. Are the Water Elementals going to be able to do very much of anything? There is a Stormbolt. One poor Druid of the Talon now getting teleported back home. Doesn't have to walk the rest of the way. Druids of the Talon, Archers, WC522, Demon Hunter looking to creep. 4-4 versus a level 5 and a level 1. Mountain King is revealing his location. Meanwhile, that Demon Hunter looking extremely strong at this point. You can see that the Druids of the Talon are effectually ineffective against the major creeps here. Tome of Strength now left behind. Scroll of the Beast as well. That is a very nice expensive item that you can sell for 200 gold, or you can try to keep and hope it does turn the tides of a battle. Now, what is going to be happening next? I still don't know. Here. We can see that the expansion has not been done. Guard towers being added for an eventual expansion. But Yumiko is still sitting on one base only. One base versus one base. Most human players like to be up a base, and with Militia can normally defend it, but that has not been the case here. So far, we see the WC522 sitting at 5. Are we seeing the Demon Hunter at 5? No, not quite yet. Going after this Sasquatch and all of these Troll Shadow Priests level 2 should be enough to give it. And there you have it, Wand of Illusion. Wand of Illusion, Demon Hunter now on the move. Tome of Agility +2, an additional +2 damage. Now up to level 5, an additional +2 damage. As we now see the Tree of Life getting poked down. Alright, we can see that the Spellbreakers with their Spell Steal should be able to move around the debuffs as the units are now coming in a bit together. All right, Dryad. Are we going to perhaps see the Goblin Shredder get focused down by these Druids of the Talon? More units now getting picked up once again as the Goblin Zeppelin trying to get away. It looks like it will be able to. And without Crow form, this is not looking good for ZhouXiXi as he was unable to keep track of this Zeppelin and perhaps where it could go. Demon Hunter now running inside, chasing after that Zeppelin. Ancient of Winds now uprooting. Meanwhile, a Priest now coming over. Mountain King gets off a Stormbolt just as he gets mana burn. Does have another potion of mana, and here we go. Here is the engagement. It looks as though the Dryads are trying to push that one unit back. The Dryad not going to be able to catch up at all. Is he going to be able to preserve it? No, he will not. Archmage going to teleport away and take the Goblin Zeppelin with him. Meanwhile, Druids of the Talon continuing to push forward here. You can see a lot of damage is being had, perhaps focusing down these guard towers as the Demon Hunter now makes its way over. Water Elemental, however, Abolish Magic will make short work of that as the Demon Hunter and the Naga Sea Witch getting awfully closer to level 6. Meanwhile, the Mountain King still sitting at level 1. Does have some nice items, but it's not going to really amount to much as Yumiko uses a potion of Lesser Invulnerability to now overstay his welcome a little while longer. Alright, Mountain King taking a lot of damage. There is another mana burn there. Spellbreaker looks like it may get taken down. No, it will not. The Demon Hunter now forced to retreat and head back home. Alright, and when I mean head back home, I guess I'm meaning he wants to stay and stick around this party for a little while longer. Mana Burn, Stormbolt. ZhouXiXi is in trouble. Down to 54-47. Staff of Preservation saves him as the Demon Hunter heads back home and takes out the Mountain King in the process. The Demon Hunter may turn into Superman anytime soon. Range attack with a high attack speed and deals chaos damage. Perfect for taking down town halls and perhaps some guard towers as well. Demon Hunter now looking to get some Druids of the Claw along his side. They are at Mastery training, surprisingly. So after Ancients of Wind, going into Ancients of Lore, and these Druids of the Claw should, in fact, rejuvenate much of this army without any real downside. ZhouXiXi now about to set up his expansion here at the 11 o'clock location. Is it going to be enough to really push him over and finish up this game? He's had the lead throughout this game, 45 over 60 supply compared to 40 over 54. Demon Hunter having that level 5, Naga Sea Witch at level 5, and all that ZhouXiXi can really hope to do right now is try and get level 6 by engaging on the enemy. Spellbreakers are there. There you go. There is some damage being dealt. The Spellbreaker does have slow poison on him. Abolish Magic could be coming in as well. Onto that Water Elemental. Wait for it. Wait for it. No, not coming in at all. As perhaps there was a little bit of mana issues. Alright, Wisp should be able to entangle that gold mine here in just a second. Demon Hunter now trying to pull back, takes a Stormbolt for all of his efforts as the Mountain King has resurrected. Both sides fighting it as another mana burn hits the Archmage right as he had enough mana for Water Elemental, and now we may see the bear get backed away here. Alright, the bear should be saved. Is it going to get saved? No, it does not. Perhaps Staff of Preservation was on cooldown, but the Demon Hunter still looking extremely strong. Also with 2 replenishment potions, should be able to continue this pressure. So far, Demon Hunter now teleported all the way back home, uses up those Moonwells, now making their way down. Dryads and Bears. The real units of choice as we now see a very, very large Spellbreaker army about to engage. Alright, who will come out on top? The Druids of the Claw have to be extremely careful here. Are we perhaps going to see some Cold Arrow? No, just some slow poison. That is a physical effect, and Yumiko will end up losing 1 Spellbreaker. So 1 Spellbreaker down. A lot more to go as the Spellbreakers and the Bears are now just coming to engage. There you have it, a nice Fork Lightning getting in a bit more damage as the Bears are now looking to back off. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Yes, we will. ZhouXiXi gets saved, gets sent back home, and this bear will rejuvenate and then once again join in on the fight. All right, this has been pretty much non-stop action by both sides for quite some time now. But I gotta give it to ZhouXiXi for still sticking in this game. He's been playing extremely well, and now that the Mountain King is gonna try and press his luck, this may actually be his undoing. As you do see that the Druid of the Talon just could take an easy Stormbolt. Wait, no, the Mountain King is currently invisible, and an invisible Mountain King very difficult to deal with. We do not have any sentry wards, as the Mountain King still wandering around here. Here is the engagement. You can see now a very, very large army building up outside the expansion. Dryads coming in with Abolish Magic. There goes another Water Elemental. We may even see the Goblin Shredder taken down. There's another Abolish Magic there, as the Dryads are going to look to focus down the Goblin Shredder maybe. Meanwhile, the Dryads... but the Dryad's going to perhaps abolish magic there and go after the Spellbreakers, as the Spellbreakers are units there. Yumiko does call GG once Superman hits level 6, and that will move us on into Game 3. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 1s and 2.